Hence, in the last video, we covered up to that refractive index or absolute refractive index, and I given the definition of that absolute refractive index as it is a ratio of speed of light in free space to speed of light in any medium, right? That is C by V. Mu, it is represented by a Greek letter that is called as a mu. So mu is equal to C by V, and also we can be write that same mu is equal to, it is lambda by lambda medium. You can write that equation in terms of velocities or in terms of wavelengths, so that already we seen in the last video. And I given some values also for this refractive index or absolute refractive index for certain mediums, that is for free space or air medium it is equal to 1, and for glass medium it is 1 by 2, and for water it is a 4 by 3, and diamond I given as a 2.4. These are the values of absolute refractive index for the respective mediums. Okay, and it has no units and dimensions, as it is a ratio of the same physical quantities on numerator and denominator. So because of that, it has no units as well as dimensions, and it is a scalar physical quantity. So refractive index is a scalar physical quantity. It has no direction at all. Only it can possess value. Only numerical value magnitude can be possessed. No direction at all. So it is all. It is a scalar physical quantity. So that information we discussed up to the last video. So in this I'll give you one more calculation or the definition, that is a relative refractive index. Relative refractive index. So the relative refractive index is also the refractive index only, but here we are comparing the velocity of light in the any two mediums, not in free space. We are not considering the free space or vacuum. Okay, so maybe you are observed the difference between that absolute refractive index and relative refractive index. In absolute refractive index, compulsory one of the medium is free space. The velocity of light in free space to velocity of light in a given medium is what it is called as a relative refractive index. That is the absolute refractive index. Relative refractive index is, it is the speed of light is compared in any two mediums. Then it is called as a relative refractive index. Okay, so that is I'll give you the definition for this. The velocity of light, the comparison of velocity of light in any two mediums compared. That is the medium 1 to medium 2 or medium 2 to medium 1. But here we are not considering the free space. So if you are considering the free space, it will become as the absolute refractive index. Okay. So that is what it is called as the absolute refractive index we seen in the last video. So now I'll give you this one, relative refractive index. So relative refractive index is, it is a comparison of speed of light in the two different mediums. So that is, I'll give you here, before that definition, I'll give you this one. It is, let it be, we are having here medium 1. It is the medium 1, and this medium 1 is made separated, or the interface between this medium and one more medium, here it is medium 2. Medium 2. So this is not a free space, this is also not a free space. Any two, let it be the glass and water. Glass and water, the ray of light is passing from glass medium to water or water to glass medium. Here one we are not taking as an air medium, right? So in that cases, both are compared. What is the speed of light in this one with respect to this, or what is the speed of light in this with respect to this? So that is called as a relative. Relative means comparison. When we consider any two different mediums where the speed of light, how it will be existing, how it is varying. So that speed of light comparison is called as a relative refractive index. Okay. So now here for this first medium, the refractive index is mu1. First medium refractive index is mu1, which is given by C upon V1. The velocity of light in this medium, let it be, I'm drawing here, this is the interface, and this is a light ray, let it be, here this is a light ray, is incident on this interface, and this is a normal way drawn to the surface or interface, and the velocity of this light ray in the first medium is V1, is the velocity. So this is actually, you can be having the direction, initial direction of that light ray. But once it is entered into the second medium, it will be deviated. So the deviation made, it will be bending can be takes place. Maybe this bending may be, this is the initial direction or actual direction. This light ray can be bent towards normal. This is a normal now. So it can be bent towards the normal, or also it can be bent away from the normal. I'll tell you that afterwards, after this. Correct? First just observe here. In the first medium, the velocity of light is v1. In the second medium, velocity of light is, let it be here, it is the v2. Okay. Now here, for this medium, the absolute refractive index is mu2, and which is given by C upon V2. By the definition of absolute refractive index, we have this one. That is, what we have, it is given by C by V2. And absolute refractive index of medium 1 is C upon V1. That is the definition. Already we know what is absolute refractive index, right? So now you can be compare here this velocity with respect to this velocity, that is a V2. So this ratio is also called as a relative refractive index. So here you can be write the relative refractive index is, here it is passing from medium 1 to medium 2, right? You can write relative refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2, or you can write a relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Any one you can write. So I am writing here relative refractive index is relative refractive index. Okay, relative refractive index of medium 1 or medium 2, whatever you can take. Medium 2 with respect to medium 1. With respect to medium 1, which is represented by, this is a symbol mu2 1. This is relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So which is defined as the absolute refractive index of the second medium to the absolute refractive index of first medium. That means you can write it is mu2 upon mu1. It is mu2 upon mu1. So here the relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is equal to absolute refractive index of medium 2 upon absolute refractive index of medium 1. This is a definition for relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Right? If you make in reverse, or I can put this one here, the relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is given by mu2. What is the mu2 here? C upon V2. And also what is the mu1? C upon V1. So I can put these values here. Then what I can get here? C upon V2 divided by C upon V1. Then this equation can be written as here. This C is cancelled. So this V1 will be gets numerator and V2 will be denominator. It is given by V1 upon V2. V1 upon V2. That means here the relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is given by V1 upon V2. Alright. That is, you can be observed to be having here the ratio of velocity of light in the first medium to velocity of light in the second medium will gives you relative refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. So that is, I can write here mu21 is equal to, what we have here? V1 upon V2. And also velocity can be written in terms of frequency and wavelength. So I can write here frequency is F, wavelength is lambda 1. Again frequency is F, wavelength is lambda 2 in the second medium. So your frequency is cancelled. So what is the equation remains? Here it is lambda 1 upon lambda 2. So therefore I can write this relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is given by, it is V1 upon V2 is equal to lambda 1 upon lambda 2. So this equation you have to remember, and that too it is relative refractive index. Relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is given by V1 upon V2 or lambda 1 upon lambda 2. Similarly, can you write a relative refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2? Easily we can write. That is, similarly I can write here mu12, which is nothing but relative refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2, which is given by, what I can write, just to make it reciprocal, it will become V2 upon V1 is equal to lambda 2 upon lambda 1. So this is the relative refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2 you can get, right? So this is what you can be observed. So what is the relative refractive index? So in case of relative refractive index, we can compare the velocities of the light in two different mediums. We are not considering that medium, one of the medium is a free space. If you are considering that one of the medium is free space, there you can call it is the absolute refractive index, not the relative refractive index. Okay, it is absolute refractive index if it is one of the medium is free space or air medium. But here the mediums are different. We are not considering the medium is free space or air medium. Any other two different mediums we consider, there you can be having the comparison of the velocities as well as the wavelengths of the light in two mediums. That is called as a relative refractive index, right? So first I written here relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1, that is represented by mu21. So which is equal to the ratio of absolute refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is called as the relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So that is mu2 by mu1, right? Similarly, I have written here it is, see this, relative refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2, which is given by mu1 upon mu2. That means reciprocal of this, you can get this one, right? So the resultant we required is, you remember the definition, this equation, and also you just remember these final two equations. That is the relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 and relative refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2, that is given by, maybe it is a v1 by v2, that is for medium 2 to medium 1, and v2 by v1, that is for medium 1 to medium 2, the comparison, which is nothing but the relative refractive index. Okay, and for relative refractive index also has no units and dimensions. Relative refractive index also having no units and dimensions. Okay, and also it is scalar physical quantity. So whatever maybe the observations are there for the absolute refractive index, same for relative refractive index also, only just comparison of two mediums velocities of light can be compared, right? That only the difference. Okay, now we will see one or two examples related to this calculation. What is the relative refractive index of any two mediums that we consider, and we'll do the calculation, and I'll calculate, you just observe. So how we can we do that calculation of relative refractive index of any two mediums, provided the refractive index are given for the respective mediums. Okay, let it be here you have an interface, and here you have the water, and here you have the, let it be a glass material. There are two mediums are there, this is a medium 1, this is a medium 2, and the ray of light is propagating from one medium to another medium, let it be is from glass to water. So then I am drawing that ray of light is passing like this. This is the ray of light, and once it is made interaction with this interface, there you draw the normal perpendicular to the surface, and here this light ray is propagating from where to where? Glass to water. Here glass is having the refractive index, I am writing it is a mu g. Already I given this value, it is of 1 by 2, the refractive index of glass. And refractive index of water also I given mu w is equal to, it is 4 upon 3, 4 by 3, right? So here which one is greater? This is a 1 by 2 means half only, it is 0.5, but 4 by 3 is, it is 1.33. So this is having more, what you can be having here, it is observed to be having, it is 4 by 3. 4 by 3 is nothing but it is 1.33. It is a greater, the refractive index of water is greater compared to the, what you have, it is given as glass. So now you can be see this, the ray can be having here propagating from one medium to another medium, definitely it can be deviation can be takes place in another medium, right? So here I want to calculate, that is relative refractive index of water with respect to glass, or relative refractive index of glass with respect to water. So any one you can be calculated. So that I am giving you here as I am writing relative refractive index, relative refractive index, relative refractive index of water, relative refractive index of water with respect to two glass. With respect to glass. So that means what I can write here? Relative refractive index of water with respect to glass. So this is nothing but mu, absolute refractive index of water upon absolute refractive index of glass. Therefore, what I can write here? Mu W G, that is relative refractive index of water with respect to glass, is given by absolute refractive index of water. It is 4/3, and absolute refractive index of which one it is? It is glass, that is 1/2. It is okay. Absolute refractive index of glass is, it is not 1/2, it is 3/2. It is 3/2. So now you can write this one is a 3/2. Then what you can be get? So this is given by here, it is 4/3 into 2/3. This will become, it is 8/9. So this is what it is called as a relative refractive index of water with respect to glass. So this is the value 8/9. The value of which one we calculated? Relative refractive index of water with respect to glass is given by 8/9. If it is asking in reverse, that is, what is the relative refractive index of glass with respect to water? Make it reciprocal, this one. Right? Just you can make a interchange. Numerator will become denominator, denominator will become numerator, just to make this value to be reciprocal. If it is asking, or you want to calculate the relative refractive index of glass with respect to water, is given by absolute refractive index of glass upon absolute refractive index of water. Again, just you can write this one is mu G W is equal to, what you can write? Absolute refractive index of, what you can be having here, it is glass. Glass is, it is 3/2. 3/2 divided by absolute refractive index of water, it is 4/3. Then what you can be get this one? The relative refractive index of glass with respect to water is equal to, it is 3/2, 3/2, and it is a 3/4. So this will become, it is mu G W is equal to, it is a 9/8. See this one, just it is 8/9, now it is 9/8. Just it will be reciprocal. So you can be calculated any one of these, right? So like this you can be calculate the relative refractive index of glass with respect to water, or maybe water with respect to glass. Any two mediums are given their absolute refractive indices. Generally you can be calculated like this. Okay, right? Once you know the refractive index, you can calculate their speeds. You can calculate their wavelengths also. The wavelength of light in particular medium you can be determined, provided if it is given that refractive index for that medium, right? So use the definition of the refractive index and use the definition of relative refractive index by comparison of velocities or wavelengths of the light in any two mediums, right? So like this you can be use the calculation. Okay, we can be apply the relative refractive index. We calculated what is the relative refractive index of water with respect to glass, or maybe it is glass with respect to water, right? So this is what you can be observed. So this is called as a relative refractive index. Okay, absolute refractive index, relative refractive index. So here the value of glass, refractive index of glass is not 1/2, it is a 3/2. It is 3/2. Correct? Just to make a note. Now I'll move on to the another one, that is here we are saying that bending of light can be takes place. Bending of light can be takes place when the light is propagating from one medium to another medium. When the light is propagating from one medium to another medium, the bending of light can be takes place. But which direction the light can be bent? That is important. So bending is taking place, but in which direction it is bending? Maybe it is towards normal, or maybe it is away from the normal. So that you have to remember. So here the bending of light can be observed depends upon where to where the light can be propagating, means which medium to which medium. So there are medium is, we can be called the rarer medium, denser medium. There are two types are there based on the density of that particular medium. Here more density medium is called, it is denser medium. Less density medium is called rarer medium. So depends upon the ray propagation from one medium to another medium. Maybe rarer to denser or denser to rarer mediums, the bending of light can be takes place. Okay, so now I'm writing here First one, when ray is propagating from rarer to denser medium. When ray propagating from rarer to denser medium, rarer to denser medium, then which side it can be bent? So this is the condition we are taking. That is, the two mediums are there, but the two mediums are, one is a denser medium, another one is a rarer medium. But the ray is propagating from rarer to denser medium. Then which side it can be bent? So that you can be observed here. So this is the interface. So this is a rarer medium, and this one is the denser medium. So denser medium is having the density is large. Rarer medium is the density of this matter or the whatever may be the particles which are far away. That is, volume is more but the density is less. So here also density is more, volume is small. Like that you can be having. It is a denser medium. This is rarer medium. From rarer medium to denser medium, it is propagating. So that I am writing the refractive index of the rarer medium is mu r. R is here rarer. The mu is the refractive index. So refractive index of the rarer medium is mu r. Refractive index of the denser medium is mu d. Mu is the refractive index, so d is the denser medium. Okay. So now this is the ray is propagating. This is a ray propagating, and I am drawing here it is a normal to the interface, and this angle is called as the angle of incidence, right? So this is the actual direction of the ray, the initial direction of the light ray, which is propagating from first medium. Once it is up to this of medium 1, the direction of the light cannot be changes. The deviation or the bending of light cannot be takes place as the medium is same, the refractive index is same. Once the refractive index is same, the direction of light cannot be changed. That means there is no bending can be takes place. Okay. So now here the ray can be traveled up to the interface, it will be straight. Once it is crossing the one medium to another, so there the medium changes, refractive index changes, so there the light can be start bending. But which side it can be bent? See here, this is the rarer medium, this is the denser medium. Denser medium is the particles or the molecules are very, very close. So there you can be observed the velocity of light will be decreased. When the velocity of light is decreased, so automatically the light can be bending towards the normal. The light can be bending towards the normal. So this is the angle of refraction. It is represented by small r. Right. So here, whenever a ray of light is propagating from rarer medium to denser medium, the ray is bending towards normal. That you have to remember. So here, ray bends towards normal. Ray bend towards normal. Right? So this is important. This information is important. Whenever a ray of light is propagating or it is passing from rarer medium to denser medium, so then the ray of light can be bending towards normal. And your refractive index of the rarer medium is mu r, refractive index of the denser medium is mu d. So always you can remember the refractive index of the denser medium is greater than refractive index of rarer medium. So you can be easily identified which medium is rarer, which medium is denser based on their refractive index. If the refractive index of the denser medium is more, that is the denser medium. If the refractive index is more, that medium is called as a denser medium. The refractive index is less, which is rarer medium. Right? So that is the observation to be identified. The given medium is denser medium or rarer medium can be identified. Now, if it is made reverse, that is the second case where you can be observed when the ray of light is propagating from denser to rarer medium. Reverse case, that is here first case we have seen rarer to denser medium when the light is propagating. Right? So now what I am telling here, we are taking the condition that when the ray of light is propagating from denser to rarer medium, then which side it can be bent? automatically it is reverse of this first case. So anyways, I'll give you the second case, that is when ray of light, or when ray propagating from where to where, from it is denser to rarer medium, denser to rarer medium, then what you can be observed. So see this, the diagram I will draw here. So this is the interface. I am taking this one is, let it be, it is a denser medium. That is the refractive index of this denser medium is mu d, and refractive index of the rarer medium is, it is mu r. So now the ray is propagating from denser to rarer medium. This is a ray is a incident ray, and this is a incident ray is there in which medium? Denser medium, and it is propagating into rarer medium. It is passing, it is crossing this interface, and it is moving into the another medium which is having the rarer medium, that is less density. The refractive index of the second medium is less compared to the first medium, because of that it is called as a rarer medium. So once it is entered into this one rarer medium, so compared to the denser medium, the rarer medium can be having the light more speed. The rarer medium in which light can be propagated with more speed, or the speed of the light is larger. So therefore it can be moved away from this normal. It can be moved like this. So here the ray of light is bending which side? It is away from the normal, right? This is the incident angle. This is the angle of refraction, small r, angle of refraction, right? So here the ray bends which side? Bends away from normal. Bends away from normal. Away from normal, right? So now in first case the ray is bends towards normal, and in second case the ray bends away from the normal. The ray bends away from the normal. In both the cases you can be calculate the how much amount of the deviation takes place by the ray. It is a bending, right? So bending means it is a deviating from its initial direction. So how much of deviation it can be makes in both the cases, so that you can be calculated easily. See this one, and this is a deviation. Here it is in first case, when the ray is propagating from rarer to denser medium, there the deviation is I am representing as a delta. So now here this total incident angle is equal to sum of these two, right? So that is opposite interior angles always equal. So this angle is equal to total angle of this. So r plus delta is equal to I. So I am writing here r plus delta is equal to I. But we require which one? Delta, deviation. So delta is equal to, what you can write here? I minus r. So this is the equation for deviation made by the, how much angle deviated by that refracted ray when it is propagating from rarer to denser medium. Same way, what is the deviation in this case? See here, this is the total amount of the refraction angle, but the deviation is this part only, right? So this part only deviation. That means here you can write what about this one? It is nothing but I. So I plus delta is r here. So I am writing here incident angle plus deviation angle, combiningly you can get the refraction angle. So I can write here delta is equal to r minus I, refraction angle minus incident angle. Refraction angle minus incident angle is called as the deviation in case of second. That is, ray is propagating from denser to rarer medium, then it is a refracting angle minus incident angle. But if it is observed to be having the first case, rarer to denser medium, incident angle minus refraction angle, you will get the deviation. Which angle is more? It is the r or I. From that you subtract, you will get the deviation made by the light during the refraction process, right? So this is a important one. The bending of light can be takes place in which direction? So that is very, very important. You have to remember properly. Okay. So till now we covered Before this, I given the refractive index and relative refractive index. After that, I'll given or will explain about this bending of light in different directions, maybe towards normal or maybe it is away from the normal. The bending of light can be takes place based on the light ray can be propagating from which medium to which medium. So that we explained here, right? So with this, I'll conclude and be thorough about this class. It is important one. Okay, we'll see in the next class.